Hey guys, it's Casey. We are going to be going through how to um, qualify your clients specifically for Alaska. Okay, so you're not going to, well, first of all, I guess I should like reintroduce myself, right? For those of you that don't know me, I am a two-time IATN card holder. Seems like I'm um, involuntarily becoming a Alaska cruise specialist. Um, so earlier this week, we went over excursions. Yesterday, we went over the types of glaciers that are in Alaska. And today, we're going to talk about how to specifically qualify your client for Alaska. There are some questions that you are going to want to ask that are not on the qualifying sheet. So you do still qualify on the qualifying sheet, but there are some like Alaska specific questions that we are needing to ask. Okay. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get to it. Okay. This is going to be super short, guys. There isn't really a whole lot to this. But it's important that you ask these questions. Okay, let's see if I can do this today without breaking my perfect. All right. So let's talk about the experience that they're looking to have. So when you're qualifying your client, especially for Alaska, you want to ask them, what kind of experience are you looking to have? Right? What? Okay, Duddy. Hey, mommy's on a training. Can you go outside with daddy, please? What kind of experience are you looking to have on the ship? Right? We're talking like upgraded dining. Are they looking for, if there's no kids going? Like, for instance, I had clients that cruised this summer. They specifically said, we don't care what's on the ship as long as there's a casino. That's all I had to look for. I had to find a ship with a casino. So, like you want to ask them what kinds of ship experiences they're looking for, right? You definitely want to ask them what type of cabin they're looking to have. Full disclosure, I'm going to be a little bit of a snob with this, but anything less than a balcony is a crime if you are cruising to Alaska. That's my personal opinion. That's my professional opinion as well, because then sometimes you don't even have to leave the ship, right? If you don't want to. Like if you want to not get on the bow where there is a ton of people to look at the glaciers in College Forge, or you know what I mean? That for the scenic cruising, maybe through Hubbard Glacier, then you could just stay on your balcony, right? So, are there specific things on this ship you're looking to do? Remember the casino question, right? Are there specific things you're looking to do? Is there certain areas that certain activities on the ship that you're expecting to have? What is most important to you, right? Um, then you also want to ask them, are there specific ports you're looking to visit, right? Are there specific excuse me, are there specific glaciers you're looking to see? And when you're looking at these glaciers or you're stopping at these excursions, what kind of experience are you looking to have? Are you looking for more nature hikes? Are you looking for whale watching? Oh, you're looking for whale watching? Great. What kind of whales are you looking to see? Now, anybody that was in my excursions training this week, or even my glaciers training yesterday, knows why these questions are extremely important. Molly, why are these questions important?
Because if you don't know which cruise you're going on, you don't know what you're going to see because they go to different ports, and also the timing of the year. Like for example, with College Fjord, when you might not be able to get into it because there might be a glacier blocking it, like you said, and so because you're taking into consideration the weather, time of the year, migrations of animals, all these things, and the ports that you are going to see or the places that you're going to stop at, that all determines which cruise they're going to go on.
You paid attention.
I
Yes.
did, sister.
And that's, I'm so proud of you because yes, like you get it. There are different times of year that are, specific, like when's the best time to see the bears? What if your client is really wanting to go see the bears, but they are wanting to go in May? The
Well, you got to
best
wait for
time
the
to see the
salmon
bears
run.
are, yes, the best time to see the bears is the salmon run, right? So what if your client's like, oh, well, I'm really interested in seeing the glaciers, but they want to go in May? Molly.
If they want to have the calving, the big, like, where the big pieces fall off, you have to go in June or July, or sorry, July or August, or June or July, because those are the hottest months, and that's when you have the most calving.
That's
And that's
right.
also when you have the most harbor seals on the ice, because there's actually pieces of ice for them to float around on. So you're going to see more harbor seals.
Yes. Yes. When's also a great time to see the harbor seals? Is it probably also during salmon run?
Yep.
And there's a specific time of year if they're looking to see pups, right?
Yeah, that's oh, wait a minute, I don't remember that.
You don't
one.
have to say it. I just want you to say yeah, because I know
Yes,
you were
there
paying
is.
attention.
There
Yeah,
is. There
right?
is. I don't
So
remember the specific one. And bald
it's
eagles
okay, girl.
too. You get more
But
eagles during salmon run too.
yes. So that's these are very specific questions that you're wanting to ask your client, right? Great, Molly. What kind of wildlife are you looking to see out in Alaska? Because it seems like you guys are really active. What kind of shore excursions are you looking for? What kind of activity level are you looking? Like if it's an older couple, you need to explain to them like, hey, some of these hikes are like 7 to 8 hours long. Are you going to be able to hike that long? Like what kinds of experiences are you looking for offshore? Are you looking for more of a cultural experience? Are you looking for more of a wildlife experience? Are you looking for more city tours and a leisure experience of shore excursions? Like, what kind of activity level are you looking for? What kinds of things interest you folks? Is there a specific departure port you want to leave from? This is very important because some people don't realize that you could port from Anchorage, you can port from Seward, you can port from Seattle, you can port from BC, right? And then there's two really important questions that you need to ask, and one of them is on my screen. Do you have passports? Because if you're stopping at British Columbia, that's Canada. You have to have a passport to get off the ship. But I'm also going to tell you something very important. This is a very tricky question that you have to ask. And this is why it is stated the way it is stated. So I have a client that's cruising to Alaska next summer. I did not ask this question because I didn't think to ask this question, right? This isn't a question that I think of to ask. It's not like, hey, do you have any felonies? I don't ask that kind of crap, right? That's very private. However, I built enough rapport with my client during the initial client consult that she felt compelled to text me and say, hey, are we going to have an issue getting passports because because my husband has a felony? It's from 25 years ago. It's, like he's not the same person anymore. We just didn't want really, like we don't, like please understand that, he's just totally different. And I was like, man, like I'm not even the same person that I was 3 years ago, let alone 25 years ago. I don't care what he did. And it's a pretty serious felony. It's also a federal felony. He has a federal felony. Like it's pretty bad. Canada does not care if you have a felony just for jaywalking. You cannot pass go. You do not collect $200. You do not get to get off the ship. No entry. Does not matter what that felony is for. Doesn't matter that it's a nonviolent crime. Doesn't matter if you were littering so many times that you got a felony for it. I'm just making that up, but it doesn't matter. Are you pottying? Doesn't matter. He doesn't get to get off the ship. So this is a very important question that you need to ask your clients because this isn't going to prevent him from getting a passport. but it is going to prevent him from being able to get off the ship. So, I would say this is a question to ask at the very end once you have built a lot of rapport with your clients and you're not going to get pushback or they're not going to be offended when you ask this. Yeah, Molly, I'm so excited for this, for your cruise to Alaska. I'm going to put together some amazing options for you guys, and you guys are going to have the time of your life. Now, before we go, I just want to ask one more question. Is there anything in your folks' background that would prevent you from being able to get off the ship in British Columbia in Canada?
This could also be a question for people that have different migratory status. Like if you don't quite have a green card yet or something like that, like that might be a question to ask them too, because they technically can't leave the US, I think, for so many years, or they need permission or something like that. So that might double.
I would ChatGPT that when you get the client, because if they have a passport, like.
No, I mean, without a passport, like with documentation, like a green card or something, just to come in and out. But I think that might apply to a larger larger scope of people or a larger group of people than just people that have, got in trouble when they were 16.
It doesn't matter if that felony is from when they're 16 and it's
right. No, but what I mean is, like, I think that people with different migratory status might also fall under the umbrella of that question. That they might not be able to get off the boat in a foreign country. They might not realize tour to Alaska, oh, this is Canada. You know what I'm saying?
But that's your job as
right. But that's what I mean. That question will help more than just former felons, is what I'm saying. That question will help a lot more people.
I mean, I think you're overthinking it a little bit.
Okay.
Because I haven't had that problem. Like, and you can't go in and out of any country without a passport. So they can get the passport, but that's really going to determine too, like, just because you have a passport and everything is like on the up and up doesn't mean that you are going to be allowed entry into that country. Like, that's fully based, like customs has the that's their final say. So when I called to ask, they pretty much said he can still get off the ship for us, but that's going to be up to Canada whether Canada allows him to come in. Well, everybody knows Canada's rule is they don't care. They are very strict about felons not being allowed to come into their country. Like, my husband wouldn't be allowed to go into Canada because he has felonies on his record. Doesn't matter, right? This guy's felony is from 25 years ago and it's a non-violent one. They don't care. You've got a felony for drunk driving, you're not going to Canada. So I guess, like, yeah, maybe they would say something, but I'm also not asking my clients, hey, do you have a green card? Like, are you a US,
Right.
Like,
right.
Are you a.
But what I'm saying is that will make people think of that, realize it. Because some people might not even realize they're not in the US. British Columbia is not in the US. They might not even, like, think about it. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, they might not process it. So that will let them realize, hey, this is something I have to think about for me.
Yes, but if you're asking, I don't think you can get a passport if you don't have
but they would travel. Let's say you're from Peru. If you only have a green card from the US, you're going to be traveling with your passport from Peru. You see what I'm saying?
So but I don't see why they wouldn't be allowed into Canada, because what if they're flying from Peru to Canada?
I don't mean that they can't get into Canada. I mean, they can't get back in the US.
But they have a passport, so it shouldn't matter. They're still coming back into, like, it shouldn't.
No,
that shouldn't matter.
The US says if you're getting your migratory, like, if your migratory status is at such a level, like, you're not allowed to leave for so many years. That's what I'm saying. So, like, they need to be careful that they don't accidentally walk into another country without realizing, oh, I just walked into another country. You see what I'm saying? Like they need to
Yeah,
realize
I
it's
think you're
because
overthinking that a little bit though.
probably, yeah.
Like this is mainly this question is mainly because there are going to be clients that you have like mine that have felonies that don't know that they can't go into British Columbia. So like yes, you might be correct, but that would be something that you needed that would be a very rare, I would say probably situation and something that you would want to deal with like they would probably I mean most people are going to know like hey when you're qualifying them are there and that's why you're asking the passport question. And the reason why I'm asking you, Molly, is because one of the ports that is very popular on Alaska cruise itineraries is British Columbia, which is actually in Canada. As soon as you say that, your migrant immigrant is going to go, oh, well, I actually am waiting on a da, 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 and I'm not going to be able to go in. That is going to alleviate that right there. This is basically asking if they have any felonies without asking if they have any felonies. See what I'm saying? You don't want to come out and be like, hey, Molly, so you got any felonies that are going to prevent you from getting into British Columbia? That's not a really nice, you don't, there, you have to build up an extreme amount of rapport to ask.
You don't want to lead with, "Hey, do I remember you from that Grateful Dead concert?"
Exactly. But if you're asking, like, is there anything in your background that would prevent you from being able to get off the ship in British Columbia? Then if your client says, well, what do you mean? Like what? And then you can say, oh, well, Molly, Canada is very strict about allowing um, people with felonies into the country. So this would prevent you from being able to actually go into British Columbia. So you would just have to stay on the ship, and then we find you, something to do for that day. Or rather than your client, you book it, right? And then your client call you and say, hey, um, I'm not going to be able to get off the ship in British Columbia because I have a felony record. And you're going to be like, yeah, well, and then if that's the case too, if they don't understand what this is and they call you later and they're like, hey, I can't get off the ship because I have a felony or such and such, you can say, that's cool, Steve. You're probably not going to be the only one. There's a lot of people that are going to still be on the ship, whether it be for your situation or they just don't want to they're not interested in being British Columbia, or honestly, they're taking the opportunity to get some of the other stuff that they didn't get done on the ship, like an upgraded dining experience, or maybe, they're doing a spa day when the ship is more empty. So there isn't like a huge wait or it's not super crowded. See what I'm saying? So then you just play it off. Yeah, Steve, you're probably not the only one. There's going to be a lot of people not getting off the ship. Some people don't really care about seeing British Columbia. It's Canada. They don't care. Other people are going to want to take that opportunity to, take advantage of the ship being a lot more empty. Some of them also have felonies and they can't get off the ship either. It's no big deal. We just find you something to do on the ship, right? So no big deal. Just play it off. Okay. Just play it off. And normalize it, right? Just normalize them not being able to get off the ship and be like, yeah, there's probably a lot of people not getting off the ship, right? Is there a specific departure port you're wanting to leave from? I don't know if I counted that already, right? Yes, I did. Is there a specific port you're looking to visit? We already went over that. So let's talk shore excursions. What level of activity are you looking to have? What kind of shore excursions are you looking for, right? Are you looking for more wildlife, culture based? Are you, looking to just maybe have free days and, explore Skagway on your own? What kind of excursions interest you? Like, are you looking for whale watching? Yeah. What kind of whales are you looking to see? You all know that there's different whales out there, and the whales come with different times of year, right? What time of year are you looking to cruise? Are you cruising with children? What kind of experience are you looking to have on the ship, right? So just make sure that you're asking the right questions. Okay. These are kind of some of these questions are on the qualifying question list, right? But you have to elaborate a little bit. What kind of shore excursions are you looking to have? Oh, we're actually really looking to we're really excited about the whale watching. Great, Steve. What kind of whales were you hoping to see? Different seasons, different times of the year, you're going to see humpback whales or more orcas. And then the different feeding grounds and migration, areas. So what kind of whales were you looking to see? This is also going to, help you with what type of ports, right? So you guys can chat GPT what ports listed out are the best for humpback whale watching, right? But some of you should already know this because we went over this, right? We're really looking to go hiking to see some glaciers and waterfalls. Yes, there are waterfalls in Alaska. We're looking to go to the raptor sanctuary. We're really bald eagles. Hey, can you go potty, please? Hey, you need to go potty before you have an accent. Like what kind of shore excursions are you looking for? Wildlife? What kind of wildlife are you looking to see? Are you looking for bears? Are you looking for elk? Are you looking for bald eagles? Are you just looking for more nature? Are you wanting to experience more of the cultural aspect of Alaska? Because you guys know that based off the shore excursions training we went through earlier, different ports are going to have a different cultural experience, right? Oh, great, Steve. You're looking for more of a cultural experience. Is there any part of the culture that you're looking to experience more, like learn about more, right? Are you looking to see more of like totems, or are you looking for like dog sledding, kayaking? What kind of activity level do you guys do outside of cruising? And the reason why I asked Steve is because, kayaking, hiking, some of these excursions are a higher activity level and higher. And I want to make sure that you have the endurance to make it through a 6-hour hike. If hiking's not something you guys usually do, or you're not really athletic outside of this, then I don't really want to set you up to die on this hike. Don't say that, but I mean, depending on, kind of what kind of rapport you have. But Steve, I ain't trying to get you to die on this hike, man. You know what I mean? Like, I'm trying to get you back to the ship. A 6-hour hike, you're 70 years old. Are you sure you can handle that? Because if you can, yeah, more power to you. But if you can't, I want to set you up for success and not failure. I want to make you work hard for your money, Steve. So I want to make sure we're not wasting it on an excursion that you're not going to be able to finish. Right. So, and then based on that too, guys, do you have a specific cruise line in mind? Right? Is there a specific cruise line you're looking to cruise? Have you done any research on Alaska yet? What have you found? What is pulling you to Alaska? What is your main goal to go to Alaska? I know what my main goal is to go to Antarctica because I've already lived in the frozen tundra. And I mean, it doesn't get any colder than North Dakota than it is in Antarctica. Right. And just being able to go to Antarctica is extremely fascinating for me. I know this is not Alaska, but you see what I'm saying? Like, I have reasons why I want to cruise to Antarctica. I have reasons that I want to cruise to Alaska, you know, so, and for me, it's more about like the wildlife and the glaciers, like I am fascinated by volcanoes. I am fascinated by tsunamis. Like I am fascinated by, like the nature's, like natural wonder type stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like I am fascinated by tornadoes. Like I like to learn about that type of stuff, like it's like fascinating for me. I'm fascinated You know, and some people are like really thinking like, oh my gosh, it's like glaciers, like the Titanic, and some people are afraid of that too because of the Titanic. And it's like, oh, man, but like these are the types of questions that you want to ask. All right. So